Hey folks, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me again this week. So this week I'm actually in Chiang Mai, just outside Chiang Mai, and I'm staying at the Grand Morocc Hotel. As you might be able to see, or you'll definitely see later, it's a Moroccan themed hotel. And when you look at the rooms, you'll see what I mean. And when you look around the rooms, you'll see what I mean. We've had the whole hotel is done in Moroccan theme, which is a little bit different for Thailand. So yeah, let me show you around. I've got a double room. Well, I've got a suite. I've got a double room suite on the first floor. Comes with breakfast. So yeah, let's go and have a look around and see if you fancy a bit of Morocco. The check-in was pretty straightforward. Just sort of normal, fill in a form, copy the passports and things. No deposit on the room, and so we arrived about an hour early and they let us in. And they've even got a room down here, 101. You can go and dress as a Moroccan. So we'll have a look at that later on. Yeah. So my room's just down here. Right, let's have a look at this room. So obviously you've got a slot for your electric, but apparently you don't need to put that in for some reason. We've got a bathroom and a bedroom. We'll come back to that in a minute. So yeah, this is the whole suite I've got. So you've got like a desk area, plenty of storage and cupboards. And then you've got a front room with very sort of Moroccan themed settee and things. And table, rug. And another sort of, I'm guessing you could use that double up as a bed perhaps. And a television, probably 40-inch TV. Telephone storage under. So let's do the long shot of each part of it as we go. There we go. And then there's the kitchen area. And you've got sink. Very high cupboards. They're obviously tall in Morocco. And then plates, cups. And then we've got sort of plates, forks and spoons. Not much in that one. Much in that one. And a little sort of hob top. And then we've got coffee, creamer and sugar, a couple of cups. They're very nice cups. A couple of waters and a small kettle. Not much in that one. And then the fridge freezer, which is on and quite cold. Not a great deal in it. And we've got a very large balcony. With the washing machine. Yeah, and I say it's a table and chairs out here, and each room is obviously connected to the balcony, so it's a lovely big balcony. And that's my view from the balcony. I do like the way they've got the lights, all the sort of Moroccan lights. Right, let's go back in. Right, where should we go next? Let's go into the bathroom. So a nice large bathroom. Yeah, we've got sink and taps. What have we got? Soaps and shampoo. Shower gel, toothbrushes, cotton buds, shower caps, and your toilet and your hose, paper. Quite a large shower. It's rainfall as well as the handheld. Oh, it's quite heavy as well. Yeah, so that's nice. That's yeah, and that looks quite a nice rainfall shower as well. Yeah, again, I like I do like the tiles in there, and it's a proper shower door that's nice to see. But yeah, I do like all the tiles in there. And a very nice mirror. Alright, let's move on to the bedroom. So yeah, double doors into the bedroom. As I say, it's quite a large bed. That's got to be, what, 6 foot? And as I say, again, it's a very sort of nice Moroccan themed back wall with the lights. And another television, Panasonic television, again another sort of 40-inch. And then we've got air conditioning, which is actually going to blow straight onto the bed. But I must admit, I probably won't even have it on tonight. And then we've got a dressing table, a slide robe, and we've got a couple of robes, some very nice wooden hangers, safety box that is kind of fixed down, not really sure what that is. That is, oh, please change the bedding, that is. So you put that on the bed, I'm guessing, if you want the bed changed. And then what else have we got? We've got, I'm assuming that's some sort of laundry bag, set of scales to weigh ourselves, and an iron and an ironing board. There's not much in there. Yeah, so just do a long shot of the room. Yeah, and again, it leads out onto the balcony as well. Right, let's have a look at the bed while we're here. So it's 6 foot bed. And it's, yeah, there's a soft topper on the mattress. Bit of a hole there, but other than that, the sheets look quite nice actually. A different sort of themed, not the normal sort of hotel sheets you get. And then we've got all these pillows, a couple of soft pillows. They don't look too bad. Let's have a look at this side, make sure it's all right. And then we can decide whether we're going to go left or right. Yep. Oh, that's a bit of a nicer pillow, that one. So I think we're going to go towards the right tonight, I think. There we go. Yeah, so all in all, this is quite a nice hotel, this. Right, so let's go and have a look at the rest of the hotel. This is the swimming pool. It's probably a good 40 metres. I say, it's still hard to believe you're actually in Thailand and in Chiang Mai. So, I think it's really well done actually. So apparently there's a room around here you can dress up in Moroccan outfits. Here we go. Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of things you can have. That's obviously some of the people who've done it. So my final thoughts on the Grand Morocco residence. Yeah, this is quite a fun hotel, really. It's probably one of these themed hotels. You come along, you're in sort of Morocco, you can dress up and have your sort of photographs taken for Instagram and what have you. And I think because of that, it's actually quite popular. It's a little bit out of the way, or a little bit out of Chiang Mai city. It's about sort of 30-minute drive to get into the actual heart of Chiang Mai. But there's lots of things to do around here. I'll put a few clips up at the end of things that we've been doing. There's sort of waterfalls and national parks and botanical gardens and places you can go to. The room itself is absolutely huge. You've actually got a whole suite, and it's quite nice to have a bit of space for a change. You know, you've got sort of living room, kitchen, a nice large bedroom, big ensuite. Yeah, and the actual room, I really like the room. It's been nice to have sort of a bit more space around you. The Wi-Fi worked really well. I put the speeds up as normal. TV was okay, but they're all Thai channels, so I didn't watch anything on the television. But so the internet was good enough that I could actually stream on my laptop, so there was no problem there. My room come with breakfast. Breakfast wasn't great, if I'm honest with you. You know, one or two. There's no buffet. You're ordering off a menu, and the only sort of choice is basically scrambled egg omelette or fried eggs with your sort of hot dog, sausages, and hams and things. There was a few bits to, you know, there was enough to fill up on. But so what did I pay for this one? Well, I've got a Premier King Suite, they call this one. Come to breakfast, and it works out, it was 1,920 baht per night, which is not too bad really, because it's a nice big suite. The bed was super soft, nice big large sort of king size bed. You really slept well. There's absolutely no noise whatsoever here, because you know there's nothing around you. Yeah, and I say it slept really well. So I think this is one of the places it's sort of popular with sort of the Instagrammers and people that like sort of taking photos. There's all the whole room you can sort of dress up as a Moroccan and have your photographs taken around the pool. And I say yesterday it was quite popular. There's quite a few people doing that. The only sort of issues I have with this hotel, really, there's no food options. There's no sort of in-room menus, and there's no sort of catering at the hotel. So last night I ended up getting a grab, delivering a pizza sort of thing. And the other thing with the shower, you only get 15 litres of boiling hot water, which you have to sort of mix in with your cold. And after sort of about 5 minutes, you're out, and you've got to wait another 15 minutes before it heats up again. But yeah, they're literally the only two things I could criticise it for. It's a good fun hotel, and if you want to try something a little bit different, you know, definitely give it a go. Yeah, I've not been to Morocco, but I can imagine this is very sort of, you know, what you find, you know, from what I've seen for pictures and things. I can imagine this is very much what you'd get there. Yeah, and it's been good fun for a couple of days. So yeah, I'll say thanks very much for watching. I'll leave this one here, and let me know if you stayed here, or if it's your thing, or if there's any other hotels, themed hotels like this around. You know, so yeah, I'll leave this one here. So thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.